All right, y'all. I got a special one. I've been teasing this for about a month. Without further ado, Bird Box. Now I'm gonna get some real off my chest real quick. Internet, YouTube, you know what I'm saying, Screen Rant, all these YouTubers on the internet, they can make you desperately not like a movie or watch it. Like, let's say you never saw Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad with Will Smith and Margot Robbie. If you see 4 or 5 reviews on the internet, spoiler free or not, it'll make you say that movie terrible, I don't need to watch it, without watching it yourself. Now, once you watch it, you can say, damn it, they was right, this trash. But the internet kind of persuaded me to watch this movie, basically. It was mixed reviews. Some people was like, I love it. Some people was like, I hate it, it's stupid, woo woo. It's your interpretation, how you feel about it. But for me, I loved it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm a big Walking Dead fan. This is part of the course, part of that genre where it's apocalypse situation. It could be a weather disaster to make it apocalypse. It could be zombies. It could be a natural disaster. It could be, you know what I'm saying, anything a movie decide what the villain or the problem gonna be to make it an apocalyptic situation. It could be a war where we wipe out ourselves, whatever it may be. But my whole thing with apocalyptic situations is it's always put yourself in the situation. Like I say for my Saw, when you in a trap. You could say all you want after watching the movies what the trap did and didn't do. But if you was in that moment having to solve that trap in a certain amount of time, everybody gonna die. And that's why I be like, I can't do this or I would do this. I just be thinking, what would I do? And that brings me to Bird Box. Because this is not a force like a zombie where they running zombies from World War Z or slow zombies from Walking Dead. It's not like it's a Freddy Jason Hellraiser Spawn where you can kill the heart or kill it and it's gonna come back for a sequel. This is an unknown, unseen entity that you can't even look at. Who thought of that? Like, this and Quiet Place are, you know what I'm saying, rivals or similar in situations where Quiet Place, you can't talk and make a sound. And this, you can make all the noise you want, but you can't put your eyes out to see nothing. And I'm going to get to the cast, because this cast to me was good and underrated. It got Sandra Bullock as Mallory, the main star, protagonist, final girl, whatever. It got Lil Rel for the comedic aspects of the movie, and he also the exposition guy who knows the history of these particular Bird Box demons. It got Machine Gun Kelly in this, you know what I'm saying, Eminem's rival. He Felix, he decent. He do a good job in this for what they give him. It got Trevante Rhodes as Tom, which is Mallory's love interest, and they got the great John Malkovich as Douglas. I love him so much in Con Air and Red franchise. That's my guy. And this movie right here, I'm gonna kick it off. Mallory is pregnant with a strange ex-husband or boyfriend she not with. She bitter when the movie start off, you know what I'm saying, doing her little drawings on the thing, and they make her off top like a bitch. Like, that's one thing I like about her transformation. She start off as a bitch, and then you gradually start to love her. Because she all bitter. Her sister like, you pregnant, it ain't good to have them bad vibes. Let's go to the doctor, give you a checkup. The doctor even telling her, cheer up, you know what I'm saying? Do this, do that when you pregnant. Don't be so down. You know what I'm saying? And the movie started off, you know what I'm saying? It was no exposition. It was no mysterious. No, most movies start off with the horror villain gets a kill, even if you don't reveal how he look. They start off with a kill. This don't start off with none of that. It starts off average, boring, not boring, but average, normal movie. After they come from the hospital visit, you start seeing shit start breaking down immediately. And every time I watch movies, like and subscribe. Easy the King. Spoilers. Even though this movie about 5, 6 years, 7 years old. Spoilers for the movie. I'm sorry. I'm glad I didn't get to nothing deep yet. But the movie is, to me, great. And let me say this right now. I know the movies and disbelief and all that stuff can fuck you up in a movie, but it's a movie. It's not reality. I hate people try to make everything so realistic from a movie. When we in Star Wars, we not thinking stuff shouldn't be floating in the air or in space because there's no gravity. We ain't thinking these animals and lightsabers are ridiculous. Harry Potter franchise behind me, same thing. And then Freddy, it's a bunch of stuff that's definitely not believable. It don't take you out the movie if the movie good. Like, the Welcome to Prime Time. How can you explain that in the natural world she got up on the, TV and bust her head through? It's not natural. So when people say this shit's stupid, it don't make sense, get the fuck out of here. A lot of movies that's great don't make sense. It's called suspend your disbelief. For a moment, for 2 hours, damn. Even if it gets stupid to where it's like, okay, this is too stupid to even believe. It's still a movie. So what? A lot of movies that are great got dumb shit in it that you can't tolerate. But why I like apocalyptic type of movies is because let's take a guy like Elon Musk on one hand and then me on the other. In this world we living in, he's a philanthropist. He's a creator, a inventor, a billionaire, somebody to be withheld in high esteem. Me, average citizen. It's only one Elon Musk. It's a billion million me's out there where it's average citizens. But in the apocalypse, oh, that's out the window. Not saying, yeah, you rich, so now you on my level. And it's not that level, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is race, religion, gender, identity. All that is out the window if zombies after us or an unknown entity. It don't matter if you a man, woman, white, black, Chinese. Whoever got the best mind, the best ideas is going to be the leader. If a woman learned from hunting from her father and y'all don't go know how to fish or nothing, she going to be the leader of that tribe. That's why I like those situations, because it put everybody back at their primal instinctual level. Nobody above each other from social statuses of the world that we create. So now get back into Bird Box. Like I said before I broke into that soliloquy, as they leave in the hospital from Sandra Bullock, Mallory's pregnancy, you know what I'm saying? She like in her third trimester. She like 7 to 8 months. She get her final checkup. We start seeing the movie start happening, breaking down. As they leave in the hospital, a chick is banging her head against the glass until she, you know what I'm saying, bust through the glass and kill herself. And then throughout the hospital, you see like, as they leaving, reckless shit happening. People stabbing themselves or somebody trip over, fall down the stairs on purpose. Just all kind of weird shit. So you like, what the fuck going on? So then they get in the car, they talking like woo woo. They hear on the radio, and it was like a TV in the background during this scene too, where they like mysterious things going on, people committing suicide, like the happening, where they jumped off the building, all the people, you know what I'm saying? Just strange things. So as she talking to her sister in the passenger side, it's like this is the key to the movie. You can't look at the entity which is invisible. That's lazy. We never got to see the villain or the monster. But her sister looking like, what the fuck is that? And it entranced her. So she starts trying to kill herself, driving crazy. And Mallory, aka Sandra Bullock, is like trying to get the wheel from her to, you know what I'm saying, stir back right. Like, what's going on? What you doing? She crashed the motherfucker and started a nice little fire, but not an explosion, but a little fire. That's when her pregnant ass, that's what I said, suspend your disbelief. We know you would have had a miscarriage from a crash like this, but it's a movie, so who cares about it? Lori went through a lot of stuff in Walking Dead and still had Judith, so you didn't say nothing about that. So as she coming to, head bleeding, dizzy, it's chaos in the city. Everybody committing suicide. The Bird Box entity don't kill you or make you kill people. It makes you kill yourself. So it's a bunch of mass suicides and crashes on purpose happening. And as she coming to, she see her sister walk into the flame and kill herself. So, you like, damn, what's going on with this? So that's when you see Malkovich's wife is at the door, like trying to like guide people who got their mind right. Like, come in, be safe. Because the only safety is being blindfolded or being inside and covering the windows and stuff so you can't have to see the outside and they can't enter your eye vision. So his wife get hypnotized and jumps into the car, a burning car, and die. That's when you see Tom character running down the street trying to block his eyes, blindfold. Everybody don't know it's the sight yet, but they sort of kind of getting it. So he pick her up because she pregnant, getting trampled over, people bumping into her. He see the pregnant chick, so he, Captain Save-A-Ho, pick her up. The Malkovich guides him in the house, and that's when we get the cast. There's some other cast members I'm not going to bring up because they irrelevant and they die as fodder. But that's when, I'm saying, all the cast that I did mention, they all, because they the stars of the movie, they all come together with other expositional characters to fill out the cast. So they start talking about what's going on. What's the last thing you saw? What's the last thing you heard on the radio or TV? They all start talking, gathering information from each other. And that's when Laurel character, Charlie, is like, he writing a book or something about this situation. He just like crazy that it's happening. This happened like 2,000 years ago or whatever. His exposition, I don't remember. But he basically giving the viewers and the moviegoers inside the movie the exposition of these demons. So now they know they can't look at them. They know this and that and the other. So now they're trying to figure out how we gonna live and survive in this kind of situation. They try to make one of Malkovich's neighbors is the scientist from Jurassic Park, the Chinese guy. I'm sorry I don't know his name. I'm sorry I said Chinese guy, but him. He like, I'm going to look on the computer from the outside from my cameras and see if we can see what the entities look like or what they doing or whatever. It still possesses him and makes him commit suicide and kill himself. So that's how the movie go for like 30, 40 minutes. Just like they finessing their way to grocery stores to get groceries using the car, you know what I'm saying? The car, what you call that? I don't know what it is. The car map, Google Map or whatever on the car to get their way to the stores and get the food and be blindfold, blah, blah, blah. They doing that the whole movie finesse. They building bonds with each other. They building chemistry. But every 10 minutes, somebody get knocked off for a particular reason. The entity, Bird Box entity is what I'm calling them because I don't know what their name was. They can possess people who are already mentally crazy to do their bidding, to kill people and make them open their eyes or kill them if they don't want to open their eyes. And they also have demons they can possess, like psychiatric people who was mentally, criminally insane. They can possess them kind of bodies and make them be their eyes and their actual villains. So those kind of things happen. They let a guy in the house. He started doing crazy shit, making people see. Then Mallory and a chick in the cast named Olympia are both pregnant at the same time with the same delivery day. Like I said, it's a movie. Take yourself out of it. Of course, this is stupid and dumb. But so what? They pregnant. They got the same amount of trimester, third trimester. They deliver the same day. But on this day, the demon that they let in the house guy start going crazy, fucking the house up, messing people up, killing people. And that's when he turned they in the room giving birth to their babies. He opened the blinds so they could see out the window. He making them open their eyes. They start killing themselves. That's when Tom at the downstairs, he fighting the other bad character guys, killing them, beating their ass. He finally get up to kill the demon guy that the Bird Box demons possess. And then it's him, Mallory, and the two babies, because everybody else dead. Then we get to a 5-year jump. I know you can say, what happened in these 5 years? How did they survive? What did they do? What about the people that the Bird Box people possess? All that, I don't know. I can't even explain it after years later. But the movie was good to me. And like I said, a lot of movies that's great sometimes got stupid moments or don't make sense. This one of them. 5 years passed, and now they got 2 babies, and they basically married. Good life, Tom doing his thing. He teaching the kids how to hunt, how to do stuff, how to use their ears more than their eyes. They finessing. They come across some more Bird Box terrorists who, you know what I'm saying, start, you know what I'm saying, making them see. And Tom be the father, the hero, you know what I'm saying? Because Mallory's still kind of, she coming along, but she's so kind of like messed up in the head, or like she antisocial-ish kind of personality. So she didn't even name the kids. She called them boy and girl. So he like, we didn't have these kids 5 years. You still ain't gave them a name yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. Like, this is life. We got to make this shit happen together. All that happened before Tom's death. They meet some Bird Box terrorists. They come in the house. They discover them. They try to be quiet and shit and not make noise. The Bird Box demons hear them, start busting all the windows, coming out. Tom sacrificed himself. He say, baby, he talking to his wife. He say, take the kids and y'all go down the path we already discussed in case of emergency, your escape route. So he take his blindfold off. He killed 2 or 3 of them, but eventually the demons, he got his blindfold off. They take control of him, and I think he off his cell. Now, Mallory and them, I think it's another little time jump, like a year later. Mallory and the 2 kids, they still surviving. They getting close calls, doing this, that. They hear a radio sequence, because they got a radio and walkie-talkies, and they hear a sequence where they like, yeah, it's safe. You got to travel the river, and it's going to be a point in the river where y'all know going to have to take y'all blindfold off to sea, because the currents get real deep before y'all get to our particular area. So she like risking it, like she like, it's risky. Should we do it? Should we not? Even though they kids and they don't got a decision, she still consoled and asked them. They like, yeah, let's go. They get in the boat, go on a escapade, everything straight. Sandra got her blindfold on. She got the kids blindfold on. They having some easy trials through it, because this movie got a lot of flashbacks to current. The current is them on the boat going to the location for safety. The flashbacks is all the stuff I just described. So kind of they messed that up, because you kind of know watching the flashbacks, all y'all finna die and they finna survive. Ooh, but that didn't put me out the movie at all. So as they making their trepidation throughout the seas, it comes a person in the water, like a Bird Box demon, try to fight them. They get, in a scuffle with him, kill him, but they get separated because he flips the boat. This don't make no sense either. How the hell these kids who never been in water know how to swim in the fucking ocean? They all underwater and they blindfolded. But so what? It's a movie. Take yourself out of the realistic situation. We know all 3 of them would have drowned, but they didn't. It's a movie. They survived. They in the forest, blindfolded. They hearing demons trying to tell them to take the blindfold off, come to me. Because these damn Bird Box demons are vicious. They saying, mommy, I'm here, girl. They telling the boy, I'm here, take your blindfold off and look at me. Trying to possess them. And they telling Sandra Bullock, which is Mallory's character, the same thing. Mommy, I'm over here. So take your blindfold off. But none of them go. They got their little yarn and stuff, trying to like relocate each other. They finally happily find each other. They get back to the boat somehow, and now they back on a mission. Now they get to the part where it's like the steepy part where they told them, one of y'all gonna have to look. And Mallory is thinking in her mind, I think the son is the one she birthed. I mean, the daughter is the one she birthed, and one of the cast members, Olympia, whatever her name was, she birthed the son. So she basically tell the boy, since it's not her birth child, he gonna have to look. So you thinking, damn, she's still a bitch. But then when it comes to it, she like, you know what? Fuck that. Ain't nobody looking. I'm about to die for y'all. Either I'm a look or nobody looking. And they was like, no, man, nobody look. So they go over the steep traverse of the you know what I'm saying? This little, I don't want to say ocean like it's the Atlantic Ocean or nothing. It's more like a river or a creek. You can still drown and die in it, but it ain't something where it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take that part back. But you supposed to die in this when your boat got flipped over and the kids don't know how to swim. But they traversed through all of that, and my heart felt so good, because this was her redemption arc to me. When she chose the boy to look, when it came to the point of looking, she was like, I can't risk my kid's life. Either we all finna die, but we know if anybody look, they finna die on their own. So that was big of her. You supposed to die for your kids. Nobody looked. They had the boat tipped over, but they survived it. They get to the place that they going to with all the Bird Box. She released her birds out there, because the birds can sense shit all movie, which is kind of stupid, but I was okay with it. They get to this place where it's a sanctuary, because it's the place of the legally blind. You could say, why would they have a blind place this hard to get to with the river and the traverse and all that? So what? It's a movie again. A lot of shit don't make sense on second, third, fourth watch. But on first watch, none of this came to my mind. I'm just hindsighting it now. This movie was great. When they get to the sanctuary, it's all blind people. That's an advantage you will have in this world, being blind. You never have to look. So it also ends where you can have a part 2 to this, which ain't been in the development from what I heard. But there you have it. Bird Box. Now I'm going to give this... I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. First viewing, I thought it was great. But when I watched it with my wife, like the very next day, some of the spunk went out. And it was like, the first time I watched it was a complete 10. Oh my God, this is great. The second time I watched it, it was like, everything I'm thinking about and I critiqued and said bad about it was coming to the forefront. Like, a lot of this don't make sense. So it went from a 10 to like a 7 the very next day. And I'm not trying to take credit or mustard off the movie because I recommend it and prefer you to watch it. But for me, a lot of stuff was kind of negative that took me out of it on future views. Why I give it a 6.5 out of a 10. But this is a good movie overall. Bird Box. Check it out. ZZ the King. Like and subscribe. And I'm out. Next video is going to be another franchise. I got to do a little more research and a little more stuff on it. But I'm bringing y'all The Underworld. And I'm out.